What's good, everybody? I am home and I am ready for a couple games of zombies. All right, I like that. Double XP, double level XP, double weapon XP, double gobblegum XP. That's kind of crazy for the next 5 days. We should have to have the hand cannon by now, right? We're so close. All right, all right. Wonder weapon, yeah, augments, research. Triggers explosions? I feel like that's what mine already does. The mystery box sells much faster. Swap weapons faster. Deploy equipment faster. Weapon magazines are slowly refilled over time. Reload speed is even faster. Field upgrade, recharge a bit faster. Bro, those are really good. Alright, let's do this. Standard, solo. Tyson, leave that alone. Those are not yours. I haven't... Oh, yeah. I want to say this at the start of the stream. I haven't eaten in 24 hours. And I'm having a beer. And some spicy wings. Bro. This shit slaps. It's so good. And really nothing's better than a Corona with lime. Continue previous save. I don't even remember saving it, to be honest. I'm gonna grind tomorrow. If I can. Most eliminations, 1695. I kind of want to end this one and start another one. I know I'm like one off the thing. My fucking mouse just disconnected. Alright, alright. Authorizing chopper gunner. Hopefully I get the amalgamation. Damn, bro. There was a double points right beside me. Wow. It feels much better today, though.
Sunshine's the best disinfectant.
I crouch.
I'm surprised these bastards can walk upright. Yeah, long past the point where you shot.
Oh, I got a what's it called? Purple Lukey. And I think I'm just gonna go with this. I'll just double pack that. Is there an exfil? Damn, bro. So I'd have to go another 5 rounds. Alright. I kind of just want to, like, end this. I don't really want to keep playing this one, to be honest. I want to start anew.
Tac op, deploy
Oh,
chopper
that's
gunner
not what
on
I
my
meant to do.
location.
Just gonna let him kill me. God damn, you're weak. And you're not even the last zombie either. No, I don't want to train for a bunch of rounds. I just want to die.
Why is there sparkles all over my desk?
All right. Move that down a little. God damn, it goes so slow. At least there's only 2 of them. I'm so tired too, bro. I just did 12-hour today. Damn, bro. That little bit of gameplay got me a decent amount of XP. Alright, now I have all my augments and stuff set up, right? It should be properly set up now. Yep. Yep. Okay, we're good. And we're researching Speed Cola. Perfect. That is where it's at. I kind of want to watch Breaking Bad.
It is
You're gonna bite
imperative
him.
that we reactivate the systems that power this infernal place.
Increase
The central database
difficulty.
will help us locate Maya's brother. Sooner we rescue Nathan, sooner we can all get off this goddamn sinking block.
Yeah, we'll get right on it.
Amp unit
Assuming
activated.
these fucking
Please
canals
stand
don't
by.
eat us first.
I scroll the plans for the amps on my cell wall. Richthoffen's spies are everywhere. I should have known.
Interesting, actually, what I just saw right there. No, it's not.
Amp unit energized. Area 1 online.
Never mind. I lied.
It worked. It actually worked. Raptor 1, do you copy?
I guess I'll take one now.
Keep switching on the lights, and I'll worry about the exit.
Oh damn, I missed the one that killed him. I'll stick with this, I guess. Bada bang, bada boom. Now I'm just gotta wait for that zombie to get down here. Oh, I should have done that with my pistols. Oh well. There you are. Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. I got 15 minutes.
On the wall, I know that all of this is sort of
Here's what we're gonna do. Does the arsenal machine belong in zombies? Shut the fuck up.
If you're looking like me, everyone always commented about me sipping my drinks and shit. Stay out of my business.
That the defendant is associated with that criminal street gang, that the defendant committed or participated in criminal gang activity, and a nexus that is a connection between the crime committed and the gang, i.e. that the crime was committed to further the interests of the gang.
Dude, this is scaring me the way she's breaking it down here. I'm like starting to feel like they're gonna do a guilty verdict. This is starting to scare me. Day 167 of the YSL RICO trial was the final day of the trial. The judge charged the jury, and now they have to decide the fate of Yak Gotti and Chin and Stillwell. On Wednesday, as you're watching this video, deliberations are starting, and they have until 3 p.m. If they don't have a verdict by then, they go home for the weekend over Thanksgiving. So there could be a verdict today as you're watching, but I don't know. The way the judge was instructing them and everything, it really favors a guilty verdict. Like, it's just scary. This whole situation's very scary because I want it to be not guilty, but I'm just, I don't know. I think it could be a hung jury. I don't know, dude. Hit subscribe, John Shannon membership. Let's go, boys.
An email yesterday evening that has what we think are the last things we need to take a look at. So if we want to just walk through those.
Just for consistency, I would put the not guilty first and then a guilty.
I agree. Don't know how that one happened. Ms. Persfield, can you switch those around?
Your Honor, I'm going to object on count 2 and count 49.
Yes.
I don't think you should be putting the victims' names.
Why?
He's objecting to having victims' names in this somewhere on one of the counts.
Heck, you need to give me a reason.
Because I just never, I think everybody was the counts are. If we put a date on it, I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it. I mean, I think it's good enough as a murder. I don't think it's necessary to put the victims' names next to each count.
I mean, we all know why he's asking for that, right? It probably won't really make a difference, but clearly a juror not seeing the victim's name is better for defense.
All right, well, I appreciate that objection. I overrule it. All right, so looks like at least the verdict forms are in their final form.
All right, verdict forms are done.
As y'all can see, and from the email, I determined that Everett Act number 175 shouldn't be in there because it seems to not assert one of the necessary elements to have made that a crime.
So she doesn't want to send back Overt Act 175?
I understand the thinking behind it, but I don't think that's consistent with Georgia law. I think we've already established and the court has recognized an Overt Act doesn't have to be a crime. and therefore we would not have to have all the elements present. So
You are asserting the crime of, did commit the felony offense of whatever, OCGA, section whatever. So
under Georgia law, and federal law is consistent as well, the state does not have to allege all of the elements of an overt act that does happen to be a crime because it is not separately charged. The pleading rules are not the same. You can't generally demur to an overt act. And so while it might not be adequate as a freestanding charge, an overt act telling the jury what we are saying was done, that would still be sufficient. They don't have to decide it's a crime. They just have to decide it's an act.
I hate the DA office on this case. Because holy shit, are they terrible.
Act in furtherance of the conspiracy because they're not separately convicted of this.
I don't agree. If you have law that is on point, show it to me. But if you are asserting he committed the felony offense of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, previously convicted of a felony involving the use or possession of a firearm, and you cite 1611-133, one of the essential elements of that is that he's possessing it while he's committing a crime.
So this is about that part of the indictment where they completely messed up.
I understand, Your Honor. As far as it not needing to be a crime, Yates versus United States, 354 U.S. 298.
That says if you assert it as a crime inside a statute, it still doesn't have to be a crime? I know an overt act doesn't have to be a crime. Are you saying that Yates is going to tell me that if you assert he committed X crime, you don't have to actually be asserting a crime, even though you're saying pursuant to XYZ statute?
I'm citing Yates for the initial principle.
That I understand.
Okay. I'm not representing to the court that Yates says all of the additional things you said. I don't have a cite off the top of my head, so I'll simply have to represent this to the court, especially when, like the ones we're talking about here, there's more than one actor involved.
There's not here for 175. There's only Mr. Nichols.
Okay. I still don't.
All right. Again, if you find some law that is on point, you let me know.
All right.
By that reasoning,
If you find some law, we'll deal with it further.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have any law to help his position here. Max is still trying to argue something.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if that should also not apply to 174, 189, and 190.
So he pointed out more overt acts that he thinks shouldn't be sent back because of the error.
174 and which others?
189. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
189 and 190.
Those present the same situation.
Sounds like she's not going to send those back either.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
First look at the boys today. Yacht Gotti got the cardigan on. Shannon looks nervous. This is definitely the worst time for a defense lawyer and defendants, by the way, because at this point, the jury's about to decide their fate, essentially.
Like, for instance, on Mr. Stillwell's March 17th possession of a firearm allegation, it's also a substantive count 64, and it's saying that he did that on March 17th, and we know from the evidence that what everybody is talking about is the gun that was thrown out of the car, but the gun that was discarded during the chase. And, you know, I mean, I think we were looking at sort of the somewhat odd language of 1611-133.
Really, when it comes down to it, the state did not indict this correctly, and the state did not put it in the overt acts correctly, and they specifically alleged a specific crime in the overt acts.
Yeah, it's their L, right? State keeps arguing this, but they never bring the case law that supports it.
So we moved for a directed verdict on the substantive charges, and Mr. Abate and the state provided case law that saved that and opened up the possibility for a lesser included, and I get that. But I don't see that same mechanism of saving the charge for overt acts.
Right.
And so that's kind of where we're at. Essentially, I'm suggesting that there should be a directed verdict on the overt acts.
I think those overt acts need to be removed. 174, 175, 189, and 190.
A win is a win. That's a W for the defense right there. All right, here's overt act 174. Defendant Shannon Stillwell, possession of firearm by convicted felon of previously convicted. A felony involving the use or possession of a firearm on March 14th, 2022. Cormerius Nichols, possession of firearm. And the issue is they put 1611-133, which is the wrong. 189 is Yacht Gotti, possession of firearm by convicted felon when he got arrested at Thug's house. All that bullshit. Wasn't even near any of the weapons or anything. Kind of crazy that they even charged him with it. And then Shannon Stillwell, possession of firearm on the day he got arrested in 2022 for the Shamel Drinks murder. It's there, Al. They fucked up the indictment. This is how it should go.
Your Honor, may the state briefly address that issue?
Here we go. Adkins nerd ass.
Some of the reasons, that Mr. Floyd was just articulating about the case law for a substantive count of 133. As the court, as we have addressed, you can have the possession of firearm by convicted felon because it's a lesser included. Legally speaking, the argument for an overt act language, which does not have to have as much specificity as a count that the jury is deliberating on. The first language in 190, for example, is possession of firearm by convicted felon. It obviously has the superfluous language because it's not completed of the underlying felony, but that same logic for a count, which has to be more perfected than overt acts do, because overt acts do not have to be crimes.
I understand they don't have to be crimes, but they've been alleged to be crimes with specific statute numbers, and yet y'all haven't included what would be essential to make them a crime. So are you arguing that the overt acts should be lesser includeds also, or what are you saying? What's your argument?
Your Honor, my argument is that if the jury is tasked to decide if on March 17, 2022, when Shannon Stillwell possessed a firearm by a convicted felon in furtherance
Previously convicted of a felony involving use or possession of a firearm.
Yes, Your Honor. In the state's mind, the lesser included argument on a substantive count, a harder standard to meet than an overt act. There's no such thing as like a directed verdict on an overt act as there is with substantive counts. And so the state believes that same legal principle of why lesser included of possession of firearm by a convicted felon can be included on a substantive count is even stronger on an overt act.
So are you, so I'm
Yes,
clear,
Your Honor.
are you asking that these be converted into just possession of a firearm by a convicted felon in the overt acts?
2 seconds.
As kind of a lesser included
Oh my God,
crime?
bro. This is
Yes, Your
spicy
Honor.
as
And if
hell.
the state, if you, like, for example, if the state, from my understanding, were just to redact, essentially, yes, Your Honor. And I'll let Mr. Floyd.
I mean, I think that there is evidence presented for that. And I hope y'all understand what my thinking is on because 133 requires that it be asserted that they did this while they were attempting or committing a series of crimes listed or types of crimes listed in the statute. And that is in nowhere listed in your overt act. That seems to be problematic. But
Extremely problematic.
Frankly, only the fact that he had the gun during the course of the conspiracy is enough for it to be an overt act. It just he is in possession of a weapon.
I know
The
y'all
rest of the
didn't
details-
allege it that way.
Well, that may be so, but it still does the work under it. I mean, it wouldn't.
Being an adult has its high points because you could eat ice cream for dinner and watch movies all night. You could do whatever you want. But you also have to do the not so fun stuff like taxes or booking doctor's appointments. And for that one, there's ZocDoc, boys. Listen up. I just got my wisdom teeth taken out through ZocDoc.com/cuffboys. ZocDoc is a 100% free app and website where you can search in-network doctors and book your appointment instantly. We're talking about in-network appointments with over 100,000 healthcare providers across any specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, and much more. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 and 72 hours. You can even score same-day appointments, which I did. This is 100% a real story that happened to me in the last week. My teeth started hurting really bad on the top, looked up oral surgeon, found a consultation, scheduled it through ZocDoc's app, went to the appointment the next day, and then I had surgery 2 days later. It was absolutely incredible. ZocDoc was seamless. And I was putting it off for a while because I was terrified of going under, so stop putting off those doctor's appointments. Go to ZocDoc.com/cuffboys. Find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/cuffboys, ZocDoc.com/cuffboys. Go book your doctor appointment right now, boys. Appreciate you guys. Here's the rest of the video.
They cannot return. I find overt act 190. He committed this crime when you have not asserted that every element of that crime. They can't possibly find that when it hasn't been correctly asserted. Y'all have left out an element.
Hit the nail on the head, Judge. Right there. Take your L. Sit down, Baldy.
Unless you've got case law, you're not going to convince me on that one. We have moved on to whether it should be redacted, modified to essentially assert a Section 131 crime of simple possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. And I think that has been sufficiently asserted in each of these overt acts.
Excuse me, and the state may be able to find a case, but I haven't, and you may be aware of a case, Your Honor, and in my limited time I haven't found one, but I don't believe that there's a case that permits the court to go back
I do
and
not
fix.
have any idea whether there is.
Yeah, I do not believe that you can go back now and fix the error that they have made, or whatever, fix what they have done at this point in time by modifying the allegation of this overt act. At this point, I just don't think you can do that. I think the only option is to redact it, Your Honor, and I think it would be error to go ahead and change that.
I don't know. So
because that's what we have been.
I'm sure we'll have some time between now and when we actually send it out for somebody to do some research on that. So we'll put a pin in overt acts 174, 175, 189, and 190. They're absolutely not going to be included as a 133 offense. Y'all can let me know if there is case law out there that answers our question on the floor right now of whether they could be converted into a 131 offense, since it at least asserts that. But I don't know whether we can change it like that. So
this guy has some good tweets. He said, in the reindictment, the state changed the way it alleged the possession element of 1611-133, essentially revisiting the elements of the crime and making it easier to convict. Shady shit right there. 1611-133, use of a firearm in felony by a person previously convicted of certain felonies, requires proof that the defendant had a firearm on or within arm's reach of his or her person a firearm during the commission of or the attempt to commit certain felonies. 1611-131 only requires a more general possession of a firearm. As Judge Whitaker explained, possession doesn't require that you have the item on your person or within the arm's reach. Having control over and intent to exercise control over the item is sufficient, and constructive possession. Pro tip, anytime you see the word constructive in the law, read it as fake. Constructive possession equals fake possession. So they want to change it because it makes it easier to convict, pretty much. Because they don't have any evidence of these guns anywhere near Yak Gotti specifically. And technically the one Shannon Stillwell threw out of the car, apparently. They don't have that either because he wasn't within arm's reach.
I would just strike possession of codeine with intent to distribute and possession of cocaine out of the indictment. I know that it doesn't really matter with regard to Arnold and Williams. I mean, they're on this indictment, but they're not deliberating about them. So it really doesn't matter, I don't think, whether something that those people could be charged with is included or not, because all that the jury's deciding is Mr. Kendrick. So is everybody okay with us just redacting out possession of codeine with intent to distribute and possession of cocaine on the substantive count?
I'm okay with that, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
Nothing involving any other defendants should be sent back to them, but whatever. I know it's the indictment, whatever.
You know, they asserted that all three of them did that, and it could be that the jury thinks one of them did that.
Yeah, and I'm not, while I probably should, I'm not disagreeing with the court on what you're saying with respect to that. The real key is going to be if we can find any law and what that law says.
Sure.
That'll be determinative
All right.
of some of the
And
decisions.
you say
I said that like I don't have my headphones on and I could hear it. I'm too
probably
tired,
should,
man.
but you shouldn't.
It was
if
a
you,
long
I mean,
fucking day.
well,
at work.
I appreciate that you take your duty of candor seriously. I really do. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay, Doug, getting some points there with Judge Whitaker. Oh, here goes Atkins yapping.
With regard to Act 183,
Yeah.
if the jury unanimously finds that this overt act was in furtherance of the conspiracy,
Yeah.
I believe with the instructions the court will be giving when you have multiple parties and can be in pleas.
Yeah.
And so if the jury finds that this,
I don't
which
know about
includes
today, guys.
Mr. Arnold, Mr. Williams, and Mr. Kendrick, if they find it's an act in furtherance of the conspiracy, it
I might
would
just
be
go to bed,
attributable
wake up, do
against
another
Kendrick
stream
and Stillwell.
tomorrow,
So
and then I
I
have work
believe
the next
the
day.
state's current belief is that the way it is worded is safe with the instructions the court will be given about possession, constructive, actual, how you read and
so
in indictments or
tired.
pleading, so that the jury, who's presumed to follow the court's instructions, will use those legal principles. And if they do find this overt act is in furtherance, it will be
Also, I
following
think
that law.
15 minutes is
Here's
over.
the challenge with that, and just
Oh,
kind of
damn,
think through this
30 seconds,
hypothetical with
bro.
me. We have got overt act 183 that says Arnold.
Okay, well, I guess I'll see if I want to keep playing or not. I'll be real. I don't really want to, but if it... Oh, where was I? Alright. 12, 11, 10.
I don't wish to sound ungrateful, Peck, but your timing for this rescue mission was not ideal. Hey, I don't know why this outbreak happened now, but I've spent half my life in the breeze of shit.
Oh, damn. Okay, I didn't know you could do that.
Quit bickering and find something to do besides pissing each other off. Oh yeah, I'm gonna work through all this pent-up rage in no time.
Max armor.
Found tree.
Part of me hopes Dr. Modi found a hiding place. The look on her face when Carlin and Reva find her is going to be priceless. If Revati Modi was involved here, Richtofen has fewer scruples than I thought, which was already none.
Amp unit
Well, if there's
activated.
any justice in
Please
the world,
stand by.
Modi's already met a very grisly end. Oh, god damn, don't expect me to bury you, too. Subjects out.
Amp unit energized. Area 2 online.
I wanted that free kill.
Good. Dr. Modi recovered the inversion warheads. No, she can't have my warheads. Correct. They aren't your warheads. Technically, they are Dr. Modi's.
I didn't mean to end the round.
Of all the people who could have broken us out, I have to say, yours was the last fucking face I wanted to see.
And here I thought you'd been counting the days since you last saw me. Rest assured, I'm not doing this to make friends. I need you, you need me. Simple as that.
Hope you left your body to science. Because that's all you have left. Up close and very personal.
Oh.
Nothing, and no one's down there. But I don't think anything's up there. There we go.
Amp unit activated. Please stand by.
C4 deployed. Another science project bites the dust.
Amp unit energized. Area 3 online.
Scheiße! The drive, the test subject records is missing. Sadly, he has
That hard drive wasn't destroyed. It's just not where it should be. You got a mission, people. Go find our missing hardware.
Okay, good. It's not that
Interesting.
door.
There's an encrypted file in the database written by Technical Officer Anya Tanovsky.
Cool, bro.
However, Minsk has a secret workshop that, quote, can be found if you're so inclined, though most will be refused.
Not this one either. I'm gonna save and quit, probably, and it's gonna change. Should be good. Okay.
At least these fuse boxes don't scream when you pop them. C4 trigger.
Tanovsky held on to that fob, even in death. I say keep it.
Don't know.
Tanovsky's notes say that resonator can locate the amp munition.
Golly gee, Dr. Beck, what do I do with the gizmo now? Well, Billy, take it to Tanovsky's calibrator and figure it out.
I'm so tired, bro.
Okay, it wants numbers. Now what? So everything we did to get this under control meant nothing. It's all unraveling
I
again.
should be getting my gobble gums.
Are you surprised? Our former director had 6 years to poke and prod the dark ether. Personally, I have anticipated this for some time.
Double points. Skull versus bullet. No contest. Either I chew on this or the maggot munchers chew on me. Yep, you fuckers feel that one, don't ya?
Last guy alive.
You know, I think I'm winning the arms race. Kaboom! Even after all these years, I can't help but wonder if Ravenov made it out alive. Or if the director got him too.
Our Russian friend is a survivor. I am confident he's still out there, somewhere, being all dark and moody. Tarnowski's fires describe a power unit she calls 10th munition. It appears to be missing.
You're grounded, fucker!
Max ammo. Barely any scrap from them.
Really boiled my piss, knowing this Frankenstein shit show.
I think I save here. Because I'm so tired, guys. I just kind of want to go to bed.
Hands by Uncle Sam.
This
That's what I'm gonna
propaganding
do.
a motivated scientist will go to any length in the name of research.
I don't even know if I want to get dinner. Make dinner. That bowl just made me so tired. I just want to do something today for the stream. So I'll do an early stream tomorrow as well. Maybe same title, because I got nothing out of this title. Alright guys, have a good rest of your night. I will see you all tomorrow morning.